Hello, my name is Octavia Tillman, and I am a real estate broker. So, as you can see from my YouTube channel, that's what I am, a real estate broker. But that's what I do, but not who I am. So, let me rephrase that because a lot of times we want to identify who we are with what we do, and that's not who I am, but it's what I do. That's one part of me of what I do. But also, what you may not know because of my channel is I've been a professional IT person in tech for since 1998 until 2023. So I resigned last year from my corporate job, and that's because there was no layoffs. And I always said, Lord, if ever comes a time for me to go, let me be the one to walk away and not them tap me on the shoulder, because it's not a good feeling. I've been there before. So I want to do it. I want to volunteer. But actually, I wanted to be the one to like walk away, go find another job, or whatever, however that look. I gotta start over. No, I don't. I don't know how that was gonna look, but I always had in my mind like it would be nice if I had a chance to volunteer to get a severance package versus just quitting. Um, so the opportunity came, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been here for over 20 something years, and now that opportunity is knocking on the door. I think I only had like 2 weeks to make a decision if I was gonna do this. Um, hardest, hardest, hardest decision ever in my life. It was very hard. I was comfortable. I was stressed. I was burnt out. But at the same time, I was comfortable because I knew where my next paycheck was coming from. And it took care of all of my needs. Some months, but I was still living check to check. It wasn't, perfect because of debts that we created over the years, but I still was able to take care of all my needs without a problem. And to walk away from that security was very, very hard, especially to the unknown, especially haven't had a real job interview since 2000. That was 23 years, at that time, 23 years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. But of course, I talked to my husband. I prayed about it, prayed about it, prayed about it, prayed about it, prayed about it. I didn't pull the trigger to the deadline to make a decision towards the end of the day, because I was so, and I heard someone say, well, there's toil, there's no oil. I don't know if that applies to everything, but I just felt like this is what God wanted me to do. And I was afraid to do it, but I was afraid to not do it also, because I wanted to be obedient to His will and His timing. And sometimes you don't know what that journey is going to look like, and it may be uncomfortable. It may not be something that you want to go through. And if you knew the road ahead, if you knew what you had to go through, you would not take that leap of faith. And so I think it has not been easy. It has not. So, but anyway, so that's another part of me. In real estate, I was doing both at the same time, but I had different seasons in my real estate career. When I was single, I was really going hard with it, and also I had a different role in IT where it was much easier for me to do it that way. But then when my role changed and I got married, it's like all that happened around the same time, and I started working from home remotely, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm home all day after work. I don't want to go out in that traffic showing property. I got spoiled being home and not have to go out in that traffic, because I drove like 50 miles or more one way. So I was driving like 100 miles a day round trip or more, over maybe a little over 100 miles a day round trip, going to work, to and from work, for years. And to have that break and to be able to work from home was like, it was wonderful. And then not to be tied to the phone all day, because I was doing help desk work and it was constant. And I was like a level 2 for like 10 years. And so we took the, harder issues, and we pretty much had to resolve them. If it was a desktop issue, they expect you to get it resolved in at the desk remotely, but sometimes you couldn't because some things required hands-on, like physical touch. But other than that, it was such a breath of fresh air to get promoted to another position and to work from home. That was one of my dreams, to work from home. And so God made that happen for me. And that process took, it was long. But anyway, so so I kind of like slowed down a little bit in my real estate because I just got married, changed job roles. I didn't want to go out, show property out in traffic. Because when I was in the office, it was like, okay, I got 50 miles to get home, so hey, let's get some houses on while as I make my way home. So that's what I did. So it was easier for me to do it that way, and I did that for years, many years. But then when I started working from home, I got married, and I'm like, okay, I was gone a lot. I'm in a new marriage. We got to have this foundation strong as newlyweds. So, and also I joined our dance ministry at my church. So that was something else I added on different. So 3 things that changed in my life. And I was like, okay, let me just chill with real estate. And plus, and then my new role, it was like, it was a little extra stressful at times. And real estate can be very stressful. It's not glamorous. It's not glamorous. Only the paychecks are, but it's not glamorous. So it can be stressful, and it was like my ministry also, when I was doing it with my clients and everything. So it was good, but also stressful, and it was just I couldn't handle it. I didn't have the capacity for it, so I would do it here and there. And as time went on, we've been married for a good amount. I think, 2020, right before 2020, I was like, okay, I'm ready to get this real estate back on the grind again. I'm feeling a pull towards it. And then I had my first commercial, like marketing promotional video, not commercial, promo video. And I put it out there January 2020. I had all these plans. We're going to do a customer appreciation event, all this kind of stuff. And then the pandemic happened. And I was like, oh my, I don't know how to navigate through this. It was scary for me. I didn't want to be out there showing property and COVID and stuff. So, and work got a little more strenuous. So I put that on hold again. And then this opportunity with my employer came up for me to make a decision to leave or stay, or you might end up having to leave anyway because they was doing some major layoffs, and I survived a lot of them over the years, but this time I was like, no, this is different. So I did it. My business was kind of dead a little bit. And I was like, gosh, if I just kept some things going, I could just run with my real estate, even though I still ran with it, but the market was different. Things are different. So I created this channel for real estate. I was doing my videos, and I slowed down again because things got a little, when the money started getting funny, even because I was living off my severance package, I was living off my 401k. And when that ran out, I'm like, okay. And then I have another little side business. See, that's why I do a lot of different things. So, and that's not who I am. But anyway, I was on those also. And then when the money really started getting funny, I was like, my focus, it's like, I got to make money now. I can't, because real estate, you have to build sometimes. If you have a good network, then it's easier. So I can't say if I have a good network because it wasn't easy for me. And I lived off referrals in the past. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But my focus has been bringing income in soon, quickly, while I try to close deals. And so that leads me to me changing up my real estate channel, more of like lifestyle, because I am a real estate broker, but that's one part of me of what I do, but I do a lot of other things besides that. And so I want to share what I've been doing as a realtor, in the meantime, in between closings, in between clients. So I'm going to share, I put a video on cryptocurrency. I have so many different side gigs you can do, making different streams of income to tie you over to your next closing. Part-time job, if you're trying not to go back to corporate. I'm trying not to go back, but I am looking, maybe not as hard as I should if I'm really trying to secure something, but I've been on interviews, I applied for jobs. So I'm looking, but I'm not that person that put in like 50 applications in the week like some people may have. I don't know. I am a little picky. I ain't gonna lie, because I am 49 years old. And my capacity is a little different than if I was 20 something looking for my first IT gig, because I know IT can be very stressful too, and it can be rewarding because I'm a technical person. I like it. I do like it, but I gotta like the what is required, because all IT jobs are not the same. It's very broad. Okay. Until next time, I just want to give you a little brief synopsis of my channel. It's going to evolve a little bit more than just real estate and being a real estate broker. And I'm trying to see how that all comes together. I don't know until I put it out there, test out the waters, and see who my audience really is.